Yeah, Plug Talk is the best. Only podcast where the host smash the guest. Yeah, Plug Talk is the best. Only podcast where the host smash the guest. Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Plug Talk. I'm Adam22. This right here is Lena the Plug, and today we have one of our favorite dime pieces on the scene. Alina Lopez is on the show.
With the braces, exclusive
Alina and
content.
her braces are here.
And so you're the first star to get braces for real and not get these fake braces that I hear that they're using
Is
these
that
days.
a thing? Are
I don't
people
know
really
about
doing
this.
that?
Wait, really? Did I make that up?
Do they have fake braces for like movie sets and stuff? I guess they
Yeah.
must, right?
I thought that there was a thing where like girls were out here wearing fake braces to look like they're barely legal.
I'm gonna
I
look
mean,
this up on
it's
Amazon.
smart. You can like sell a lot of content while you have braces.
That's
it's
a little
very
creepy.
specific. I mean, like it's
a little.
How has your life changed since you got braces?
people like I literally just flew to Seattle and I had my mask on the plane. And like they come by like, okay, what drink do you want? I'm like, Jack and Coke. They bring it and I hand it to me and I pulled out they didn't ask for my ID, and then I like took off my mask, take a drink, and the guy like doubled back. Can I see your ID? Like
Wow.
straight up. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, here it is. Like, and he literally said it's because of like he said I wasn't gonna ID you until I saw the braces. Like he said
Wow.
that.
I
straight
don't
up.
blame him either, because like there's something about
Yeah.
braces that just makes you look like 5 years younger.
Well,
I
mean-
know how old you are, and I saw that it was like, whoa.
'Cause I remember having braces.
Yeah, me too.
I was 14.
I was 12.
You know,
this is my second time having them. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to take care of my teeth, obviously.
Really?
Is it fun picking all the colors again? Because I remember that was like my favorite part of having all
I do
the braces.
pink. I've only changed them twice. I'm like, I gotta do pink. It's so
Don't
cute.
go rainbow. Don't go neon green. That is not
No,
sexy.
no. I feel like
Black is
pink is
not
just
cute.
so cute because
Yeah.
they're like girly and cute and fun. I'm like, you gotta do pink.
Wow. Hey, do you ever hurt yourself doing with the braces?
Yes.
Because I remember I was
Yes.
14 and I was getting in fights like all the time, and you get punched in the face and you got braces. It cuts the inside of your cheek up really, really
Yeah,
bad.
no.
And I figure that in porn, you probably basically get punched in the face sometimes.
Not that, but like when I'm sucking and I like suction my mouth when you're trying to get like a good gluck gluck going and you're like squeezing your cheeks in and like trying to make it good. Like I won't even notice because I'm so in the moment, and then I'll like go like wash my face and like spit blood into the sink because
It just
my
cuts all the
yeah
insides,
like back here on my cheek. So it's
Ouch.
definitely
Don't hurt her
a
too bad.
challenge.
And you didn't think about getting the kind that Lena has that she's not wearing right now?
I had Invisalign. Yeah, see
She
that
had it for
exactly.
4
I had it for
years,
4 years.
record time.
I was supposed to only have it for 9 months, and 4 years go by, and I just like kept losing it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just not responsible enough for Invisalign.
How long do you
obviously.
think you're going to have these ones?
Only like 3 more months.
Okay.
Yeah, thankfully.
3 more months?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
I mean,
like
your
I
teeth
said,
look fine, to be honest with you.
no, they're still crooked.
yeah,
but
I
like
know.
any,
They do look really good to me.
but like
Yeah.
like any content I shoot while I have these is gonna be like
Keep
great
them in
because
the vault,
yeah,
the braces vault,
because
sell them
yes,
forever.
'cause
This is
it's
this
very
era.
limited.
The era of your career. There's not many things like that. It's not like you like have fake boobs for a little bit and
Yeah.
then you get them
Yeah.
taken out.
Well, I've been in for 4 years.
mean, you
you got to
could.
do something new and exciting at that
I
point.
can't believe it's been 4 years because I remember meeting you at AVN when you
Yeah.
had just
Yeah.
signed and we were hanging out in someone's hotel room, and I was like, that girl is
When we
so
were
cute on the
signing-
couch. Who is that
When
girl?
In
we were
Riley's
when we
hotel
signed
room,
for
right?
Vixen.
Yes, when we signed
Yeah.
for Vixen. No, it was
Was that the first time we met?
I think so, yeah.
At the AVN?
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was like 2018.
18, I think so, yeah. I'm like, wow, it's been so long already.
Bananas.
Crazy.
Anyway, so let's talk about your upbringing, because you did grow up in a very, very traditional Mormon household, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are you embarrassed to say that or
I'm
what?
just like,
This is all we have to talk about.
I think it's a
No,
big part of your
it's-
identity.
I know it is. It really is. So like, I feel like I can find new things to talk about each time because there's so much crazy shit. Like,
Really? So,
Yeah.
I mean, give us like a little slice of life that'll help us understand, because I'm sure that in the Mormon community, there's a whole spectrum from people who are, you know, normal to people who are pretty out there.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's like a thing in the Mormon church where there's like Mormons and then there's Utah Mormons. Like, Utah Mormons are a full different breed. Like,
Okay.
if you meet a Mormon here, you might not even know. If you meet a Mormon in Utah, you know.
Okay.
Like,
They're
but
just more extra. In
they're
Utah,
just like,
more
you
committed.
just have to just come see me in Utah and you can see for yourself.
Really?
We did come see you that one time.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
You guys came to Zion.
Yeah, we went hiking.
Yeah.
Is there anything from your childhood that stands out to you as particularly weird that you weren't allowed to do, let's say?
I wasn't allowed to have sleepovers at non-Mormon people's houses.
Really?
Yeah, because like I guess my parents were afraid the other parents would like maybe have a glass of wine in front of us or something or smoke a cigarette.
And even that was completely off limits.
Oh yeah.
For you to
Ye-
even see
Yeah, they
someone
didn't want us to
drink wine.
see it, so we could only have sleepovers at Mormon people's houses, which completely backfired because we're still there, just like, typical kid things, practicing making
Yeah.
out on each other and all
Yeah,
that. I'm like, how did this work out for you?
Naughty
Right.
things happen at sleepovers.
hmm
So from like a kid perspective, were you always somebody who was questioning
Oh
what you were
yeah.
being told?
I
You strike me as a free spirit.
I didn't give a like literally I remember being like, so you get baptized when you're 8, and like before you get baptized they send the missionary, like it's like this whole process. And I remember like doing the lessons and getting ready to get baptized and preparing for it, and just being like, let's just hurry up and do this, because like we were so poor, and like I never got new clothes or nothing nice, and like nothing, I didn't get like a lot of attention because I was the 5th kid of 7.
Mm.
So like, but baptism day, you get a pretty new white dress, you have a party, and everyone's like giving, like it was like this all about you, and I'm like, that's what I want. I just want like the pretty dress and the attention. So that's why I got baptized, and I just had to be like, yep, okay, yeah, this is great.
Mhm.
Like
Even though you weren't like actually
I didn't give a
into it.
shit about any of the like actual religious like stuff, and be like, oh, you're, God's so proud of you. I'm like, okay, cool, I don't care, where's the dress?
Yeah.
But you were still kind of like, okay, well, if I'm going to get attention and try to become like popular in my own little world through this community, well, I guess that's enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you have to do that to fit in. Like
Right.
any kid who, I've never heard of a Mormon 8-year-old kid who like denies getting baptized. Like
Right.
it's just what you do. It's like what's expected.
So when did you start to like rebel?
Forever. Like it like my mom would literally drag me by the hair to church. Like I would stay in my room and like stay in bed and not want to go, and she would straight up like kick down my door, like grab me like this,
Oh
like
my
by
God.
like the back of my hair, grab a dress out of my closet, throw me in the car, throw the dress on me, and like be like, if you don't have that dress on by the time we get to church, like
Did you guys
Really?
ever miss a Sunday? Like if you were sick, could you not go?
sometimes it depends, because like she knew we didn't want to go, like
Yeah.
me and my sister, so we definitely went to some extremes at times to get out of going to church. But
Man, I'd be so mad if my parents made me wake up early on a Sunday to go somewhere.
oh
But
my
that
God.
says a lot, because I was the same way, where I used to cry and I would be so upset when my
Mhm.
parents would make me go to church. But think about that. You're raising a kid from birth to believe that this is the only way for you to go to heaven.
Yeah.
And kids still don't want to go that much. That
Yeah.
says a lot about
Yeah.
like the
That shows-
spirit of a child not wanting to do something that they inherently know is unpleasant.
Yeah.
Even though really like you're sitting in a, like for me going to church was like you go sit in a pew for like an hour.
It's boring.
You
Mormon
stand
church
up,
is,
you
like,
sing some
hardcore.
song. You got to
Oh, wow.
stand around, you got to wear a stupid shirt. How long will you be there?
Mormon church, I think they've changed it now, but when I was going, it was 3 hours.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, 3 hours.
Of
And
just-
it was brutal. Like all different types. So you have like sacrament meeting where you like sit in the congregation, and then you go to like primary or young women's or young men's,
Mm,
and then you go to like individual Sunday school classes. Like it's 3 different things and an hour for each.
right.
So yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Do you think you were like sexually curious from early on?
Absolutely, yeah. I would sneak, like I would literally be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and like go into the church classrooms because they were empty while sacrament meeting was going on, and just
Really?
yeah.
what?
In the church? At what
In the
age? What
church.
age would you say you started off?
Oh, I mean like puberty.
Okay.
So like yeah, like young.
In church?
In church,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Like it was so boring, and I remember sitting there, and like they had these lights hanging down, like, and they looked like boobs. And I would just be like looking at them, and I would just be like, this is like
fantasizing
when I
about the-
started to realize I was like bisexual too, because I just be like bored staring at the ceiling. I'm like, these boob lights are hot.
Did you ever
I'm
get
gonna go.
caught?
Can't
Do you
be
stay
moaning.
quiet when you
Yeah.
like fully quiet?
I mean, if
I
I was
can't.
in a public place, yes.
Like not even heavy breathing?
If I'm alone, maybe I'll let a little. Ugh.
Yeah, see, but that's enough to give you away. If you're in a bathroom and you did that, people would still know.
No, it's like a poop moan.
I have balanced out the sound of
Pooping or
my to like be the same pooping or my so
Okay,
that no one
okay.
can tell the
What if
difference
you're doing
for
them-
this exact scenario.
What if you're doing them both at once?
That would not happen. I mean, I
Have
like
you
to-
ever done that?
No, but I think that's like when I started to realize that I like when I would
When you
like
would
You'd
pass-
masturbate while shitting,
no,
and
but
your
I
ass
had
feels
no,
good.
not well, but like I would like shit, and then I would be like, "Hey, I'm now," and I never
Ah.
connected. I'm like, "Oh, it's because I like something in my."
When did you first stick
This
something
is
in
such
your
tease because I'd never do it.
I was gonna say, have you
But
even
you
done
have,
your
haven't
first?
you?
Not on camera, no.
Really? Never done it. But you
Never.
want it.
I love but I'm not. I don't want to. I don't do it on camera.
Do you do it with your man?
I don't have a man,
But if you have a man?
yeah.
Okay.
It's so much more fun in your private life.
Yeah.
That's your thing? Like with your man is like you just
Yeah. I mean, I
Really?
like everything. Like
Right.
I don't think there's anything hotter than like being able to just like put your in every hole of my body. And I know that sounds like so generic. Every like girl says that, but I genuinely like am so aroused by like being able to be like, okay, here, there, all like it's just like hot.
Yeah.
wow.
But,
You're
like,
right. It is hot.
I'm really into right now.
You're
Okay.
into right now?
Like more like I was really scared because we took a long break,
Yeah.
and now it's like he'll be me, and I was like, hold on, can I go get a like I'll be right back.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's like doing acid together.
It's so
It's
much
a
fun.
spiritual
Bonding,
journey through
yeah.
your mind.
Through your colon.
Yeah, because you're sharing something that, like, if it was done wrong, could be very
Huge
unpleasant.
disaster.
A disaster that would really ruin your bed in a lot of ways. Okay, when did you first put something?
Actually not until I didn't actually until adulthood.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I
Respect.
didn't really like realize that I like liked it. I didn't really try it much. I think I was 19 or 20.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was no going back. Like the first time I did like the first time I stuck anything in my it was a and he like starts to put it in my and I as
What?
it was I'm not even making this
Did
up
he
like
prep you or nothing? Just the
no, it was like spontaneous and
That
like
is the opposite of what most women say about their first time doing it.
no, I can't. I like literally he put it in and I just like immediately.
Wow.
And I was like, wow,
every girl
like
says
anal.
the first time they tried it felt like being stabbed and they wanted
I
it
don't
to
know.
stop. That's
I don't
crazy.
know.
You must be like really like sensitive.
well, I just never do it until I'm like really warmed up. I feel like you
Okay,
just have to
okay.
be so like you can't
Yeah.
start with it. You gotta
Yeah,
warm
yeah,
up
yeah.
with like a lot of foreplay and
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta warm it up. You gotta get the hair dryer.
yeah.
Actually, I used to have a homie who told me that he had some like numbing gel that he would put on his girls' ass before they did.
But
But
then
then
wouldn't
doesn't
it
it numb
make
your
your
Yeah,
that's
and then
what
you
I've
don't.
heard. I've never tried it because I just didn't want that.
I've
Plus,
seen
like-
that for like stuff, which like, I would never actually buy it, but like
Yeah.
people use it for
But now I hear podcast ads for these wipes that are
The
like
Roman
numbing
wipes.
wipes
Yeah.
for your dicks.
Like
And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm kind of curious about it because I keep
lidocaine or
hearing these
something?
ads, and I'm like, I mean, it's not the worst idea
to
I've
help
ever
with
heard.
your endurance.
I don't want
or-
it in
Yeah.
my though. I don't want to feel that in the
No,
walls.
no,
It's kind of like
no.
have you when you drink and you have sex, like it's fun, but you're not feeling the sensation as much.
I miss
Mm.
drinking and having sex.
You want to
And
do it
Coke.
tonight?
Coke was the best. Miss it.
It's been a long time.
No, but I mean, just in general, yeah, I feel you. But I feel like my recipe to do instead of numbing my penis with a wipe is to just a bunch of times.
Mhm.
By the time you get to the last one, you'll be able to go for a long time.
Mhm.
Sometimes I need a break.
Yeah. Well, that's not what this podcast is about. Okay, so when did you like really start being a hoe?
Instantly.
Instantly
Wait,
upon
like,
birth?
instantly at an appropriate age. Like I was like hit me like a bomb. Like it was just all like it was like literally. And I remember like when I didn't date, I didn't care about like dating or like I didn't care enough about boys to like be in a relationship. But I wanted to have sex. So I felt ready to like lose my virginity and I wanted to do it. And like I specifically picked out like the boy of the school because I'm like, oh, he's had a lot, so he'll know what to do. And so I like picked him out and like at a New Year's party.
And so were you thinking about the fact that you had been taught your whole life that you weren't supposed to be doing this?
I didn't care at all.
Really?
Like I
Wow, no
I
shame
was so
about it.
none. And I'm
Jesus wasn't there in the room?
no, I mean he probably was, but I just didn't give a fuck. Like he
Mm.
was my so
Well, now you're going over the line. I'm sure a lot of people were like, that's the line right there. You can't say that.
I mean he didn't do anything, so like he stayed quiet, like
Right,
like
okay.
a good would. But
Okay.
anyways, so yeah, I never felt I was taught all growing up Mormon like don't touch yourself, don't have obviously don't have sex, don't even kiss boys, like nothing. And literally the whole time I was like, but I'm gonna
Hmm.
like I'm not gonna not do that. So we'll figure it out.
I mean, if you're the
After.
kind of girl who from having a put like an inch into her, it's
you
just
can't stop me.
yeah. I mean, like it would take a heroic amount of self-control to
there
not.
was no chance.
Yeah.
You
No.
weren't influenced
See,
by
but
anyone?
but see, like, then God made me that way. Like, why would he make me hypersexual
Right.
and then like punish me by not allowing me to have sex till marriage?
Do you have a hypersensitive?
I think my it's like normal. I don't know.
How long does it take you?
Like to
Yeah.
I can do 40 seconds.
It's probably like you. It could take, 1 minute. or
Yeah,
it could take,
like
half
depending
an
on how
hour.
long. I think the fastest I think I've made myself in like 20 seconds before. When you get a Hitachi on there, it's over.
Oh.
Really
Yeah.
interesting. What was that first time like with this boy, as you called him?
Terrible. Like it was my first time having sex, and he had sex like a lot, so I had high expectations, and it was like 30 seconds, and I was like, I've never had sex before, but I know that was bad sex. And so I think that was the beginning of my hoe phase, because I started searching for good sex. I'm like,
Longer than
I know
30
how to make
seconds.
myself. So
You knew
like,
back then?
yes.
Oh, yeah, because you're church.
So I'm like, okay, if I know that I can, and I know like how to make myself, why can't these guys figure it out? So I just started a ton of guys trying to like find one that could make me, and I'm like, it's not that hard.
Right.
So
How long did it take before you found one who
How
could
many
make
guys do you have to find?
it was like before a man made me during sex, I was like 20.
Okay.
It took a long time. Like he could make me like eating me or me, but I mean like it was like I was having sex for like over 5 years before a guy made me during sex.
Wow, but you could do it with the hand or by being out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
But it's funny because the first time I during sex with a man, I was watching and I'm like, what does this say about my sexuality?
Were you doing like you ever try to or anything early on, or
Yeah, the first like that I had, it wasn't sex, it was like a double, but I mean it was like in
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
how did that even happen?
I had this friend, a girlfriend, and she was like on my same level. We were like the only girls who were like
Down.
really sexual, and so we like wanted to try, and we were explorative. Is that a word?
Yeah, I think so.
Explorative.
Explorative. I don't know.
Sure. Let's roll with it.
We were
God, I feel like everyone's just like so shy and nervous to talk about stuff or be around each other. So the fact that you guys were doing that together just
and
says
we're
a lot
like,
about you.
Yeah,
If I got a double when I was like a or whatever,
it wasn't that young.
Oh, okay. But if I got a double, I think that would have like fundamentally changed the course of my life, because I think I would have just really been chasing that experience, which granted I was basically anyway, but I just feel like it would have been a more intense pursuit if I got a taste of greatness that young. If I ran into an Alina Lopez.
Oh, well, I don't even remember who.
Did you feel
the
like you
guy
always had to
was.
top your experiences after that?
No, because I don't even remember who he was.
Oh, okay.
Like I
Right.
remember
It wasn't that
it was me and my
exciting to you.
girlfriend. Like we were having fun, but
He's
I
probably
think-
watching this on TikTok right now. He's leaving a comment.
I'm even trying to remember. Maybe I should ask her. She might
Okay.
remember.
Definitely.
It was in the
You're
back
still
of the car
friends with
too. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we're still
So
good friends.
at this time, had you ever considered going into work, or were you just thinking you were doing this for the
Yeah,
love of the dick?
totally. No, totally. I felt like I always knew I would end up in because like you should do what you love, and I was always like I thought like stripping or like something like I considered all forms of, but I was very much like knowing that's where I was gonna end up.
Really?
Yeah,
But you didn't know how to get there at all.
I did, and I did it.
Oh. But early on, you probably didn't know.
I like wasn't I knew it would happen. If I knew that if I just kept living the lifestyle I was, it would just flow into it, and it
Right.
did.
Did your parents realize that you were doing all this filthy shit at a young age? or
Yeah.
what? Yeah?
Yeah, and I even like my mom would tell me because like all the kids at school, like I was the school slut, whatever, and they'd go home and gossip about me, and the parents would
Oh
overhear and
God.
call my mom, be like, "I heard my daughter's talking about your daughter, and they said this,
Oh
this,
my
and that."
God.
Oh, wow.
And so my parents were very aware. Like it.
Did they punish you or like?
I mean, I think they tried in the beginning, and they just gave like I was out of control. So like even, but it made it good because then when I started, it was like, like what's new? So,
Okay.
but
Right.
I had what was I gonna say though?
how'd you get into the game? Like, how'd you actually start taking steps to become a porn star?
I've been modeling my whole life.
Oh,
So, like, I modeled for Nordstrom when I was like 3, and just
3?
yeah, like for their Christmas line. That was like my first modeling
Wow.
job. So I
Uh,
just did modeling my whole
was it part-time or
childhood.
did it become full-time as
I
you
mean,
got a
like,
little older?
not really. Like, it was always just like I did like a couple jobs a month. Like, it was never that
Okay.
busy. And then as I got older, I started doing, like, obviously, like, once I was like out of high school, I started doing like boudoir, and then started doing nude, and I just like from modeling I started like wanting to like keep pushing it there, and I was like, hey, I think this is where I jump into.
Okay.
It was like a very natural transition.
And how'd you do it? You get in touch with a
Uh,
director or something?
yeah, well, I just like started looking up girls like stars, and like you could tell some are shitty and some are great, and some are successful and some are
Yeah.
not. So I found like the most successful girls, shout out Riley Reid, and you know, girls like that who are just doing really well and thriving, and being like, okay, who represents them?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're clearly doing well, and that's how I found my agent.
It's a very smart linear path
Yeah,
to
it's a good way
success
to
there.
start.
Like, find people who are super successful in a field, figure out who manages them
Yeah.
or that they work for,
And
and then get in touch.
And then
That's-
there's girls in this
good.
industry that are like, yeah, I just saw like a Craigslist ad. I'm like, what?
What? No.
What?
For real.
Or like they like met a guy like on Tinder and he was actually a agent looking for girls, like stuff like that. I'm like,
Right.
wow, okay.
So you have the rare experience where you basically got ushered into the game via one of the GOATs, Spiegler,
Yeah.
who I interviewed on No Jumper. You should all check that out on YouTube if you want to learn about the game. He's an
Mhm. So-
extremely interesting resource for information.
Yeah, he was great. And I mean, within my first year of doing, I was on the cover of Penthouse, Hustler,
Wow.
Taboo, AVN. Like it just kind of happened very quickly.
And he was like helping make those kind of connections
Oh, definitely.
happen for
Yeah,
you?
he took me to meet the people at Penthouse like my first week out in LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really felt like, okay, you made the right move.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My first scene I ever shot, I was like so nervous in the makeup chair, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like am I really doing this?" And I was like scared and whatever. And then as soon as that camera started rolling, I just like
You're
I
in
was
it.
like, this is where I'm meant to be,
Wow.
right here on this.
What scene was it? Was it like a
It
girl
was
girl?
it
or...
was a
Well, you said so you're
yeah.
a girl. Okay.
it was a boy girl, and it was a black guy, and it was also the first time I ever a black guy.
On
So I
set.
was like, yeah, like just in general, I just never black guy, and I was so excited for all of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, all of this is so new and exciting, and I like got this big black and I'm shooting porn, and I'm in LA, like as I came from Utah, and it just was like the biggest adventure of my life. And still sometimes when I'm doing that drive to LA from Utah, I'll have like a flashback of the first time I drove out in my 2001 Honda Accord that could like barely make it to LA to shoot my first scene.
I love that, like, a lot of women might get into just because they need to make some money or they just figure, like, you know, whatever, what else am I going to do? But I love that you got into it because you were, like, really passionate
Yeah,
and
you
excited
were
about it.
choosing
And then you're describing being there for the first time as this amazing experience. And
Yeah.
I just contrast that in my head with, like, the genre on YouTube or whatever of, like, stars being like, oh, it was so horrible and,
Yeah.
and terrible and
They're
everything.
like, I was tricked into it, and I'm like, were? Like,
Yeah,
how do
were
you
you?
get tricked? How do you get tricked into like on a couch and camera? Like, you could just not. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know everyone's situation, but I'm always confused
Every
by that.
situation's different for
Yeah.
I
sure.
feel like some girls are maybe they have cold feet and then someone's selling them this dream and so they say yes even if they wanted to say no and then that's
Yeah.
what they regret. But that's
Yeah.
like more on them.
If you do it and think that you're gonna like make enough money to last you the rest of your life from like shooting for a year, then you're fucking stupid. you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like, don't you agree that she's probably like the kind of girl who entered the industry and was just like naturally pretty enough that it was just kind of like a done deal as soon as you got in the game?
Yeah, I
like
mean, she was a
everybody was
model,
just
like,
with you.
life, obviously.
Was that how it felt? Be honest, where like everybody just was
I
all over you from the beginning.
I came in pretty confident. I was ready to go. I felt good. Like I had a good agent. I shot for a big company my first scene,
Right.
and I was like, yeah, we're doing this. Let's go.
So you just started working your ass off all the time.
Oh my god, yeah. I shot like my hurts thinking about like the
Really?
first year in because I was shooting so much.
Wow.
like
But it was
6-7
great.
days a week or
So I would come out for 2 weeks at a time, or a week or two at a time, because I was coming from Utah, and I would shoot every single day, and usually 2 or 3 of those I'd shoot 2 scenes a day.
Wow.
So
and a scene, for those who don't know, it takes how long from that perspective?
Like the part or being on set?
Just how long you have to be on set for each scene?
I mean, like 5 to 12 hours.
Right.
So
if you're shooting 2 in a day, you might be on set.
Oh, I'll be on
total-
set till like 1 a.m.
Right.
And then I'll have to like catch a flight at 6 a.m. the next morning to fly to Vegas and go shoot there and fly back and then shoot again. Like it was insane.
Wow.
Physically taxing, a little emotionally
Yeah,
taxing.
but it was so fun.
Yeah.
Like now thinking about that, I'm like, I'm exhausted. But back then, I f***ing loved it. I was like soaking it up like crazy.
Right.
So,
wow. That's amazing.
so
What was
much work.
driving you though? There has to be a lot, like something that's pushing you to go to that extreme.
It was like almost like an addiction. I just like couldn't get enough. I'm like, I need more of this. Like I just like I was like as soon as I shot that first scene, I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Wow.
Like I really did feel like this was like my calling in life.
Were you like excitedly watching your bank account, or is this purely about
Are
the
you
sex?
kidding me? I had to borrow money from a friend to drive out here the first time from LA.
Wow.
Like I didn't even have enough money to pay for gas to get here.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, obviously
I
you're
was
like
like,
pretty
this
happy.
is-
I feel like it must be so hot though, like just being filmed while you're having all these new sexual experiences because you're
Yeah.
already so turned on from them.
Yeah.
And then the attention, like you feed
Well-
off of that too, you know?
I literally like one of my before I started was I would go on like video chat sites like that were not even meant for sex and they even kick you off if they catch you doing that.
Oh,
and
like
I would
chat
just like
roulette and
set
shit?
yes. And I would set up my laptop and just straight up just be like sitting like doing this, just clicking through people and like I got off on that on being watched and I would just like sit there and like for people.
Wow. That's
So-
really hot. And the thing
so
about
when
you
I-
doing that.
Yeah, those guys are getting a f***ing deal right there.
So when I started that was like I like that. I like being filmed, being watched. And I would like even have people like straight up tell me they're screen recording or like filming on their phone like as I'm like doing. I'm like I loved it. So
Wow.
You're in the right industry.
yeah. So that just added because I already liked being like a slut before. So having like doing what I like to do, like people I just met and all that, and adding the camera to it, so hot. Knowing
Right.
people are gonna watch this, so hot. Like
Getting paid. So
getting
hot.
paid, yes. So all of it, I was like, this is like my like ideal sexual like lifestyle.
Right.
So
Wow.
yeah.
But were you a person who was also pushing it in terms of wanting to do more and more extreme stuff, or were you someone who was just going for like quantity and just shooting all the time?
I think I found my sweet spot. I haven't shot that much extreme stuff. Like I shot like one
Okay.
but like never did or DP anything like that. But like I liked where I was at. Like I was happy with what I was doing and how my scenes were going. So like why change it? Because I know once you start doing and all this, like you got to spend hours on set prepping and you can't eat. Like it almost took some of the fun away. Like worrying about like stuff happening on set because of different kinds of scenes. And I just like didn't. I'm like I want this to be stress free. Like I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this. So let's not make
Yeah.
it more complicated than it needs to be.
Right.
But I mean, others enjoy that, and I just wasn't. I didn't have a desire for it, and I never wanted to shoot something that I wasn't like stoked to do.
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
So,
Because then
I want all my scenes to be authentic and
yeah,
real,
when
and
you're actually really enjoying
yeah.
all the sexual parts of
Mhm.
it. So did you like or was it just too much?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did?
yeah, I did like it. Yeah, it was fun.
How many guys was it?
I think there was 5. I don't know.
It's decent.
I'm trying to like mentally
Starting lineup
picture
of
all
the
the
basketball
cocks
team.
around me.
5 guys, no big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's dope.
that almost turned into a
Really?
yes.
Why
Did
you
they have to
wanted to
cut
take
or-
the
So I was like, we were paused on set and like I was sitting on the couch. I think I was like laying back and we're doing it and they're like, okay, we need to cut for a second, camera batteries or something. And it was just like this. And all the guys were like sitting on those couches and they're all struck. Like usually I try to the guys between takes, but there's just too many.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, sorry, like I can't. So they're all sitting there off. And I look up and they're all staring at me because I'm like a naked girl in the room and they're having to off while we wait for the camera to
Yeah.
be ready. And I was just like, this is hot. And I'm like, so I'm like, okay, you guys need help. So I'm like, we're not even filming. And I just like start and they're all looking at me. And then like one of them comes and starts eating me out.
Wow.
And he started me like off camera.
Uh-huh.
And then another one comes and puts his in my mouth and they all start kind of coming over. I'm like, are we about to have a like
Your
starting
agent would probably have been so
Oh my
mad.
God, yeah.
He would have killed you.
I thought just like for fun. Like
Right.
Yeah.
we're not even
I mean,
ready
it
to
sounds
film.
hot. I'm like getting thinking about that happening to you.
Just the fact that it was happening like naturally.
Naturally,
See,
yeah.
I think that I would be down to do like or whatever, but like I want it to happen naturally. So, and that's kind of
So maybe do it in your personal life first.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah, because like when you're in that environment and everybody's tested and shit, then it's kind of like, well, I could just go buck wild here, and there's like no risk, which I feel like has got to be part of the allure there.
And like you got to find like if you're doing gay, you got to find 5 guys not obviously tested, but also just like who want to do it and who can perform
who are gonna cooperate well
and who aren't gonna like try to kill me. Like that's so.
I always hear from girls that when they shoot guys in or whatever, that it'll be like 3 studs and then like a bunch of dudes who are like off the whole time, and like kind of it's just like clearly if you get 20 dudes, there's gonna be a couple of stars, and then there's just gonna be a bunch
and
of
the others get just put the in for like 3 seconds for the whole scene,
and then off the rest of the time.
That's still hot that he is a part of it though. Maybe.
Every time you put your leg up, I get really excited. So stop doing
I know.
that.
I like how he keeps hitting that.
I'm like demonstrating everything, and then I watch them like this.
Watching her do it.
Yeah, I'm about to be like, cut. No, wow, that's cool though. So how long did you keep that pace up for, and did you ever like consciously slow down a bit or what?
I kept it up until COVID.
Oh.
So I started in the end of 2017, and that was the beginning of 2020.
Right.
So like almost 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So were you also pursuing other guys outside of this, or were you the type of person who also had a boyfriend on the side, or what?
Yeah, I had a couple shitty boyfriends.
Oh, okay. I think we met a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were probably telling us how great they were.
I don't think I did. I think I knew, but there was only 2, and I think both of them I was like. Yeah. Did you ever hear me bragging about my boyfriends?
No.
Exactly.
You just brought them around.
It always did seem, and no disrespect to them, but it always seemed like you were kind of dating some like square ass dudes that I sort of like didn't understand what you guys were doing together.
I don't understand either. It's hard in Utah. You got to kind of take what you can get, and now I'm just kind of like,
you're not dating right now?
No.
And so you never wanted to make the move to LA? Or anywhere else?
I mean, like I have an apartment here, and I like the back and forth. It's like because in Utah we have the beautiful mountains, and it's nice, and LA's the city, so like if you can like have that lifestyle, why not?
But isn't it like a 15-hour drive or something?
6 hours.
6?
Yeah.
We drove there. It wasn't that bad.
My sense of geography is very, very bad.
Very up. I know.
Okay. I just just reminded myself of something that Alina did that I always bring up. I always bring this up.
No, what did I do?
So
I'm like scared to hear
we were in Hawaii, and me and Lena, and we
met up with you guys.
Met up with you and one of your boyfriends and shit, and we're all hanging out, having some drinks, whatever. We go to the club. We end up going to the beach, or we didn't go to the club. We went to the beach after the restaurant, and I have to piss, so I go over by the ocean. It's dark as nobody around. I'm pissing into the ocean, and as I'm getting done pissing, you say, "Oh, you should have saved. I could have drank that for."
He literally always talks. Alina was gonna drink.
I don't even remember that, but
we were all drinking.
You might have had like 2 drinks. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that was my birthday trip.
It was your birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a random coincidence that we just happened to both be in Hawaii at the same time.
That just always blew my mind, because I'm like, look how resourceful the workers are. That even a load of which I do this 10 times a day.
It's money. You're pissing money away.
Literally.
Yeah, but I mean, I could just go grab a Gatorade from the store and have another load of ready for you in a moment.
Well, why didn't you?
Yeah. How often do you get in your mouth for OnlyFans?
What?
How often do you get on and shit like that?
I like only do that. You should be flattered, because I only do that with guys that I really like.
Yes.
And I've only filmed one other like video, and it was with one of my boyfriends, and then he like chickened out and didn't want to sell it, so I was like, all right.
You guys want to do, once we're done the plug talk scene, do you want to go do a scene for OnlyFans?
Have you guys ever done that?
No,
Have you done it in your personal life?
No.
We were up at a party one time, and another girl ended up on you, right?
No, I on the other girl.
Oh,
no, you've never on me. No one's ever on me.
I you in the shower.
In the shower, yeah. I'll be in the shower.
But I hate when people bring that up, because it's like, if there's running water and I piss, and it's like my is never like even on you if there's water blasting out the same.
scene is not fat. There's like a girl kneeling on
You
the
should
floor
try.
usually.
It's fun. Like,
is it really? I feel like
yeah.
I'll gag and
You
I'll
don't
be
have to
embarrassed
swallow
myself.
it. You don't have to swallow it. It just looks hot to like see it landing in your mouth and like bubbling out the sides, like when it overflows.
I'll do it in the shower so that I can wash it
Let's do it.
immediately.
I'm down, but also I think that I want to like dehydrate myself so
No,
I can
I
have
want
like
you to
bright
hydrate
orange.
I hate you.
No, you have to drink so much water.
Yeah, and Gatorade.
The morning pee.
No,
After a cup of coffee.
it like burns.
I'm getting older, so I got a couple of nighttime peas in me, you know. So the morning pee is just kind of another pee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, what kind of stuff are you into? What you on in terms of your private life? What's the stuff that you do that's a little different than the shit that you're doing on camera?
Well, I think I have a lot more, like, I was gonna say lesbian sex off camera, but I have a lot of lesbian sex on camera too. But I like, since I'm like pansexual, I like incorporating guys and girls, and so.
So pansexual meaning you feel like you shift between gay and straight, kind of like some days you'll be one way
I just
and
like
another?
don't care about like genitals or gender at all. Like if I click with you as a person, then I can work with whatever you got between your legs. I'm like, that's fine.
I was just wondering the difference between that and like bisexual, technically.
Oh, I just don't care.
Okay, just anything.
Just anything goes.
I mean, that's kind of like the rules of being a porn star, anyways. Because even girls who clearly don't want to hook up with girls end up hooking up with girls for. But it's good to know that you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah. So especially lately, I was literally talking to Lena, and I was like, I've been having a lot of lesbian sex lately.
Where are you
that's
meeting
all
these
I've been
women?
shooting.
Is from stuff you're shooting, or do you meet women at the coffee shop as
No,
well?
yeah, there's a girl that I'm like kind of seeing right now in St. George.
Okay.
I don't really want to date anyone right now, but like I feel like girls are perfect because like we can like be friends and like do girly fun things and like go out and go shopping and whatever, but like also have sex, but like we're not in a relationship. But like guys can't like that.
You'll be on the couch with them, and
they
all of
want
a
to
sudden
either
they try to you.
Just hanging out.
They want to
Eventually,
either like date or one night stand you. There's no like good buddy middle ground. I feel like
it gets too complicated.
Yeah.
because I'm just picturing myself if I had a girl where we like hung out and we, but we weren't really dating, and the second that she starts with another guy, my brain's gonna shift to like, must lock her down. Like I can't have her other guys if I like hanging out with her. Like that, the guy part of my brain just kind of that makes sense.
Me and this girl, we don't give a like we both.
It's just for fun, and it's
and if one of us hooks up with another guy or girl or whatever, like it doesn't like it's fine.
But you've done the open relationship thing a lot,
I've pretty much only done open relationships.
So you need someone who's like you in your mentality.
Is that hard for these Mormon guys to take?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Is it cool at first and then it's not cool?
It's a whole mess. That's why I'm just like done with it.
Because they all lie to you basically. They're all like,
they just like want to be with me, so they're like, oh, like pretty much like act like they're just like okay with anything, and then like once we are locked down, then they start like, and I'm like, no, this is like not what I signed up for. You knew what you were signing up for, so like accept it or get the out.
Because that was one of the things that amazed me when you were saying that you wanted me to drink my while we were in the ocean, is that your boyfriend was standing right there and he apparently didn't care and was okay with this.
No.
My brain was just like, what the
I mean, maybe he did. He just wouldn't dare say anything.
Right. If that fool was going to let his girl drink in front of...
It was my birthday. I can drink if I want to.
That's got to be a shirt.
You didn't give her a birthday gift. You're so rude.
It's my party and I'll drink if I want to. How is that not going to be one of the best-selling shirts at Urban Outfitters?
You have to put my face on it.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
your mouth
drenched in
open.
urine.
With my tongue.
Yes, her long tongue.
Jesus Christ. You guys are foul.
You're making this interview really long.
You
I'm ready
it.
to have her tongue in my...
Well, if you guys would like to do that, then I will clearly step aside.
I'm like only doing lesbian sex now. Like, did she tell you?
You know how many people just canceled their Plug Talk subscription when they heard that? They're furious. A bunch of guys just went, all right.
Or it got better.